Hello, this is Wes Bridle, and this is another Kingdom Calling Economic Update video. This is part 3 in what I think is going to be 6 videos. Today we're moving into really just some government outrage, some things that are going on with our government. I'm going to talk about some good government developments around the world. All of these videos that we put together here on this channel are short economic update videos of what's happened in the last couple weeks. They all relate to the Coming Storm video that we shot in November, and that's an hour-and-a-half presentation that really gives you a full context understanding of what's going to be happening in our economy going forward. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend that you do that because that's really what's important. This is just a bunch of minutia, but we couldn't put that video out and then never update it because there are constantly things changing, and there's incredible opportunities to invest with everything that's going on right now. If you have understanding of what's going on, it's going to be, on the other hand, very dangerous and hurtful to a lot of people who don't understand what's going on. So we're trying to let you know, and I'm going to jump right into it. So starting off with good news. Unfortunately, it's not our good news. Russia has recently reduced their capital gains tax on foreign investment. That's an amazing, wonderful, capitalistic thing. Unfortunately, it's Russia doing it. All the changes that we're doing are more communist, socialist in nature. They're the things that have been proven throughout history to slow down an economy, make it ineffective, reduce tax revenue, and reduce economic growth. So we're in a crazy world when Russia is out there doing things that are pro-capitalism, pro-business, pro-growth, and we're doing the exact opposite. But good for them that they're making that move. The U.S. Coast Guard has new restrictions on media getting near water or any kind of response vehicles anywhere near this BP oil disaster. There's all kinds of things that our government is out there doing. Why are they trying to keep information from us about what's going on? What are they trying to hide? This is just a sad day to see the way our government's reacting in these things. Again, good news in England. Nick Clegg, who's the UK Deputy Prime Minister that just got into office, started a website where citizens can nominate old laws to get rid of. And I think he's put together something like if a politician wants to bring forth a new law, that they have to also nominate one to get rid of, because he basically said we've got too many laws and they're working against us. That is brilliant, that is true, and I wish we would do that. We're going the other direction in this country. Not that everything is great in the UK, but that is one very positive development. And the U.S. government spending, this is just some weird random facts, but this is the things that our government is spending money on. $2.6 million to study the drinking habits of Chinese prostitutes. Our United States government has decided it's important to spend your money, $2.6 million of it, studying the drinking habits of Chinese prostitutes. They've decided that they need to spend $400,000 to study the sexual habits of homosexuals in Argentinian bars. That is apparently important information that the U.S. taxpayer needs to be paying for. I think both those came to me through Casey's Daily Digest, probably David Gallen, but I don't remember. But can you believe our government is spending money on that? There's another thing that's a little more horrifying in a different way. Philadelphia school districts are spying. They recently got caught spying on kids. They had their laptops set up so that when a kid got home and had his laptop on, they could remotely turn on the camera on the laptop and spy on the kid in his home. And they had actually, a principal got mad at one of a kid for the language he was using in his own home, and the parents started saying, how do you know what kind of language we're using at home? And it came out, they admitted that they're spying on kids through their laptops at home. I don't know, I'm assuming this is a government issued laptop, which I've got problems with that to begin with. It's the government's laptop, so on one hand, if they want to spy on it, they probably have the right to do that as long as they tell you they're doing that. But it's absolutely outrageous that they're doing that in the first place. And these are things going on in this country right now. We talked about Iran in the last set of videos, and more and more Western firms have stopped doing business with Iran. And so we've been trying to get countries to do that for a long time. This is finally happening. These are exactly the sort of things that happened right before right before Japan bombed Hawaii at Pearl Harbor. Something to keep an eye on. And the Fed economist from Richmond, Kartik Arthreya, came out and railed against all the amateur economists, me being one of them, saying that economics is too hard to understand and that we should just not even worry our little heads about it and let the professionals from highly trained, highly wonderful economic universities with PhDs, they should only be the ones that do it. The reality is economics is not that difficult to understand, but they're doing stuff to mildly screw us up, and they've gotten us so far down this road that now they're trying to walk a really narrow path between destruction on both sides. What they don't seem to understand is destruction lies at the end of the path, and that's the path they're taking us down. But it's offensive that our government and the Federal Reserve, which isn't really part of our government but has more power than just about any branch of our government, is telling us that the American people, that we shouldn't get involved with their decisions because it's too complicated for us. That is not the point of this country. We're supposed to be a country for the people, by the people, and yet they're telling us it's too complicated. We should just let them take care of us. Anyways, another federal program wasting money. It just came out that they were wasted more than $100 million paying the electric bills for dead people and people in prison. So they're doing a wonderful job there in Washington. Bernanke and Geithner lied to senators about the bailout money in 2008. I almost didn't include this. At first I threw away the article because I was just, well, of course, they're lying all the time. It's obvious that they're lying. But if you're not aware of that, it's actually proof now that in 2008 they lied, because now the records came out that they were saying things that they absolutely knew were not true to senators in 2008. So if that's news to you, the people running our monetary system are known liars now, proven liars. $3 billion in cash has been sucked out of Afghanistan in recent years since we've been there. So we're sending over billions of dollars of cash to revive the economy, and the people, the bureaucrats in charge, are then putting it in suitcases, and they're able to declare it's not illegal there to, I'm not sure, I guess none of it's illegal, but they're taking the dollars that we're sending there, putting them in suitcases, and then moving them out to different countries to get it out of that country. So that's what we're spending, billions of our dollars going over there. That's what's happening to them. And finally, the U.S. House did not pass a budget for the first time since budget rules of 1974. So the Democrats who control the House decided that they were not going to put out a budget because the budget would look really, really ugly. Their excuse was that President Obama put together a new rule that in December, I think it is, after the election, that a committee will come out and tell them how to get a balanced budget. Well, hello, to get a balanced budget, stop spending so much money. That's very simple. You could have put together a budget that says that. But instead, the only budget that would work with the actions that they're taking is to show that there's no way we're going to have a balanced budget anytime soon. President Obama's and the Congressional Budget Office have put together similar budgets in the past. They show that very clearly. The House could have done that, but they know it's going to be ugly when they're trying to get reelected, so they refused for the first time ever. Their rules say they have to have a budget. They just didn't put together a budget because their actions go against everything that they say with their mouth. This is what's going on in Washington. I'm actually going to get into the heart of the financial reform bill in the next video that we'll put up very soon. Again, all of these are small snippets. They all go right in line with what we said in November. If you haven't watched that Coming Storm video, please watch it, because these are just the details that we told you in November were going to be happening. Much bigger, scarier things are coming, and you need to prepare yourself. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. God bless you.